I came across a couple of posts where the girls were kind of straight up and honest about their divorce, and they said basically they just wanted to really fuck around, and it happens. And I think guys underestimate how often, including women with children, girls will dump a solid, stable, sane man to ride random dicks. And it happens all the time. You have to realize with a lot of these divorces and with breakups, girls make bad decisions literally constantly. They just can't help themselves. They're not good at decision making because, especially in the US, we give girls so much leeway in decision making. We almost treat them like equals, which is a bad idea. That that they shoot off. It's like a rocket with no control. They just go in any direction. And girls that get too much freedom or looseness, or well, just like when Bunny and I followed this divorce case where the girl's pretty religious, she homeschools, very straight mom, and she meets a guy while she's like trying to sell like a chair on Facebook, and he's a convicted felon, and she is like gone within 30 days. She was out of the house and living with this convicted felon while her husband or ex-husband and 3 kids are like, what the hell just happened? Girls will dump a solid, stable, sane man to ride random dicks or a random dick. And it happens all the time. It doesn't, and I don't tell people, and I don't tell guys to make them paranoid. I tell them to reinforce the knowledge that girls make bad decisions that have they affect you. They affect you, they affect your family, but they have nothing to do with you. It's like when girls flake, guys go, yeah, we were supposed to meet up and then she just didn't show up. Well, 99% of the time, an ex came back on the scene. It has nothing to do with you. And it always kind of cracks me up when these guys are jumping into the comments. They're like, oh, she just decided she didn't like you, or, you said something wrong. No, what you're doing is fine. You know more than 99.9% of the population about picking up women. It's her. She makes bad decisions. She's got a history of bad decisions behind her. And you can look at it. I mean, is she married at 19 or 20? Well, she's probably been making some bad decisions. All kinds of, I'm going to follow my career, all kinds of bad decisions, starting at birth almost. But again, girls will, and it happens. All these guys are like, she doesn't have very much of a sex drive. Girls will dump a solid, sane, stable man to ride random dicks. It might be for a week, might be for 6 months, it might be for 6 years. But it happens all the time. So when girls do kind of crazy shit, they flake, they don't show up, they disappear, they walk off. It's 99, it's most of the time, it's nothing that you've done. If you did something, you tend to know, like, let's say, you just, bankrupted the family and you're in rehab and you're trying to dry out. You probably drank too much. You're an alcoholic. Yes, you are a contributing factor to the failure of your family. But that is not always the case. There's lots of alcoholics out there that are functioning, but the wife just changes her mind one day, and it happens. Just recognize that you can, if once you ferret out the big rocks, and it's not you, it's not alcohol abuse, drug abuse, hand abuse, it's something going on the other side that you have no control over. All you can do is react and try to do damage control. And just keep that in mind. Girls will dump a solid, stable man for no reason whatsoever, other than she's curious or wants to get crazy, or, a convicted felon decides to buy a chair from her. She decides to run off and change her life in 30 days. Happens all the time.